Joining us today is a person who has taught me the inner workings of something called header bidding advertising. It's a secret Google doesn't want you to know. And I'd like to give a big Kim Komando Show welcome to Heath Shaffer, founder of NicheREV. And welcome to the show today, Heath. And I think we should start by explaining what exactly is header bidding to our viewers.
Well, header bidding is a way to make the ad buying process more transparent and more consistent, and allow advertisers to buy where they want to buy at the right price and allow publishers to get the true value for their inventory, and not just allow Google to control the whole process.
A lot of people don't realize that there are more advertising networks from Google. How many are there out there, really?
Oh, there are hundreds. I mean, between major exchanges and niche ad networks, when you utilize header bidding, you allow all of them, or the best ones for your audience, to have access to your inventory in a transparent way and compete directly with Google.
And so on your website, instead of just saying we want Google ads, we're going to let everybody out in the world go ahead and compete for that space. Does it take longer for those ads to actually show up on your website?
A very slight delay, but through the right technology, we really control that. What's amazing is this entire auction process happens in under 1 second. So we can say to the marketplace, hey, Kim's on this website. How much will you pay to show her an ad? And instantly we get prices from all over the world and all over these exchanges, and we can get that best price for the market to the advertiser and to the publisher.
See, that's really amazing to me that all this happens in just a split second. How much more money can you make if you get into this header bidding than just if you are just using Google ads?
Oh, it's actually really incredible. Depending upon how sophisticated someone's Google implementation is, it could be anywhere from an immediate 30% lift to a 400% lift.
What are some downsides of it?
Well, I mean, as you mentioned, there is that issue of latency, that if you try to do too much with this auction process, you can impact the user experience on your website by making it take too long or interfering with content load. You also, if you're not careful with which networks you let into your market, you can open yourself up to malicious ads getting through to your users. So there are a lot of things that a publisher has to manage on a technical side to do this responsibly and successfully.
Now, I find your story about Cake Central really fascinating. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Cake Central is where we first learned how to do all this ad monetization. Cake Central was founded in 2004 and was just a huge community site for cake decorators, and it still is. It's an amazing platform for us to experiment for our clients, to test all the best practices for advertising and delivery, and make sure that we really know that something's going to work before any of our clients ever have it on their site.
And so when we start talking about online advertising, so many people are totally freaked out about all the tracking that happens. And obviously, in order to serve targeted ads, we need to have a whole bunch of tracking. If somebody gets rid of their cookies or they're using an ad blocker, how does that affect this header bidding process?
Well, the ad blocker, of course, blocks it completely, as it should with any regular programmatic ad. The cookies, when you clear them, it's going to affect the publisher in that they're going to get paid less money to show you an ad because now the exchange doesn't know who they're bidding on. And that's really a major issue right now, because we're seeing all these laws passing that are affecting the ability to provide this identifiable information to the ad exchanges. It's actually a major thing we're dealing with in the industry at the moment is, how do we keep publisher revenue up while also being compliant with all these new data privacy laws that are coming into play?
And how exactly do you do that, Heath?
Well, there's consent management platforms that we have to integrate that allow you as a user to consent to have your information provided because you want targeted ads. A lot of people really do prefer to see an advertisement that is highly relevant to them, and so they're willing to have their information shared. When people don't want to show or share their information, then we need to fall back to what's called contextual advertising. And that's when an advertisement is based on the content of the website, not the user who's viewing it.
And so when we start looking towards the future, what are some trends that you see happening with online advertising?
Well, it's still with mobile push, the huge thing is going into video and native. This is something that most publishers don't have direct access to or understanding around, but video monetization is, sometimes 3 or 4 times as profitable as text-based content. And with mobile, we're looking at new ad formats that seamlessly fit into a phone type of experience and don't, interfere with the user's ability to consume the content and actually make the ads highly engaging. We're seeing a lot of new ad formats that, are not common yet, but that really do look fantastic in that type of publishing environment.
And so are there any ads coming down the pike that are going to be like more annoying than anything else we've seen before?
Oh, I'm sure there are. I mean, that's the thing is we experiment with user interface experience. Sometimes, the creative agency thinks that an ad experience is wonderful, and then it turns out the users don't like it and they complain about it. And so it's always kind of this experiment to figure out what will get the brands and the advertisers return on investment for their advertising dollars and get your attention without ruining your experience as you consume the content at the website.
Like we've talked about, off the air, is that, people don't like the ads, but they don't like to pay for the content either. So there's something going on here. And thanks for taking the time to share some of your insider tricks with us here on the Kim Komando Show today, Heath. Pretty amazing stuff. Hey, thanks for watching. Now, a few things. Don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for more digital know-how, check out all these other great links.